I'm Kyle Hulett, and this is my senior exit project. A little bit about me. I was born April 5th, 2001. I played football, basketball, and baseball throughout my high school career. I was involved in the National Honor Society, Student Council, and the FFA. This is my family. My mom, Krista, my dad, Dan, my brother, Carson and Connor, and these are my grandparents right here. I can't say enough great things about you guys. You guys are what every kid dreams of having for grandparents. You're always there to support, and you're at every one of my events, and I can't thank you guys enough. I'll get to the parents part later. Brother Connor, you're going to be a stud one day, and I'm really going to miss beating your butt in one-on-one and you going in the house crying and stuff like that. But my goal as your brother is to make you the best athlete you can be, and hopefully you're better than me one day. And then Karsten, you're interesting. I don't know if you guys can see, but we're not the same person whatsoever. But I know no matter what, you always have my back throughout the rest of my life, and I can't thank you enough for that. I know it's going to happen, but I'm going to call you. Hey, I don't know how to fix my truck or my car. You come help me. I know you'll be right there to help me. So thank you. This is my family tree, and my friend slide. This right here is my football team, and that's something that means a lot to me. Being the quarterback and being someone that the school and the community looks up to. I really appreciate that role, and those guys. Like, football is a different sport than most. It's something that you'll carry that brotherhood with you through the rest of your life. And I know when I see my football teammates, 20, 30 years from down the road, we'll still talk about all the interesting and funny things that happen. So Jerry, Jerry's also an interesting guy. I know out of all my friends, Jerry's the first one to have my back. I'll never forget when I get sacked in football. The guys are still laying on me, pushing, shoving, whatever happens. Jerry's the first one to come up and hit him and say, "Get off him," help me up. And he's always that guy that'll be there for me when I need something. That's Logan right there. Logan's also one of those guys. He's always right there to have your back, and he'll do anything to make sure that you're all right. And there's Adam right there. It's a special relationship when he's my center, so it's pretty close, But Adam would also protect me with everything. And right here's Josh Green. Josh Green is probably one of the funniest guys that I'll ever meet. He's someone that it's a very competitive friendship, and at practice and stuff like that, we compete, and I love Josh for that. And there's Jack. Jack's the guy that if I'm bored or I need someone to talk to, I'll text him and say, "Hey, I'll be at your house in 5 minutes. We're going to get some food or something." And Jack's one of those guys that is a very loyal guy. He'll be there for you for anything. This guy, you got me earlier, and I got to get you back now, but I can't thank you enough. You're my best friend, and you always will be. You always kick my butt in 2K. Nothing I can do. It's frustrating, but we grew up together playing all different kinds of sports, and we have that special connection. I can look at you and you know exactly what I'm talking about. Once again, you're always there to have my back, no matter all the things that I've been through in sports and stuff. You're right there in my back pocket to help me. And then talk about them, my brothers again. You guys are my best friends, and I enjoy coming home and having you guys, there. Connor always there to ask me about how'd the game go or how many points you score. And like I said, I'm gonna do whatever I can to make sure you're the best athlete you can be. And Carson, I know you'll always be that guy that'll be right in my back pocket when something happens to me. You've always been that guy. Always checking in. You don't talk much. We argue a lot, but I know if something happened that you would always be there for me. Here's my business letter and resume. My future plans: I plan to attend LCC for 2 years and then transfer to a university to hopefully get a degree in sports management or administration. I'm not sure what university I'll transfer to. My vision board: obviously I want to have a nice family. I want to have a nice house, and I want to continue to stay physically fit. I want to coach someday. Coaching is something that's very important to me. I love having an impact on younger kids' lives, because I know for a fact that when I was in middle school or when I was in elementary school, I always looked up to the varsity athletes, and I wanted to be just like them. And when they would come to my practices and they would come to my stuff, it was really something that meant a lot to me. So I really tried to pass my knowledge down to the younger generation, and they could have someone to look up to. Obviously, sports has been a huge part of my life, and I can't live life without sports. My parents probably get sick of sports on the TV all the time, but that'll have to be in my life. I want to graduate from college. I want to travel. I want to work in a school because, like I said, I want to have an impact on a lot of kids' lives, because you never know what kids come from and what they have at home. And I always want to be someone that they can look up to, or they can ask for someone for advice. I want to improve every day. I've always been someone to prove people wrong. I like when people say that I can't do stuff, and I'm never satisfied. I'm always setting goals, and I'm always trying to achieve them. And I'm never satisfied with anything that I do. I always want to be better. And of course, happiness. In my opinion, happiness is the most important thing you can have in your life. And if you're not happy, then you're not living your life right. My inspirational person, you can tell Cole and I are cousins because we had the same inspirational person. But LeBron is someone that you can look up to on the basketball floor. He's something that I want kids to watch. He does. He's a very hard worker. He's a good teammate. He loves proving people wrong, and he's also one of those guys that's never satisfied. He's in his 16th season, and he was putting up great numbers because he never stops working. And then the most important thing about him is his actions off the floor. He's never been in any legal trouble. He's very big on being more than an athlete. He has a brand that he came out with that's called More Than an Athlete, where he gives back to the communities in different ways. He just opened a school called the I Promise School in Akron, Ohio, for underprivileged kids, because where he grew up wasn't a very good area, and the education is not very important there, and he wanted to change that culture. My research topic: I did the negative effects of phones and social media. This is something that's really starting to get to me, just the way that people misuse social media and their phones, and it's really starting to get people in trouble, and it's getting abused and mistreated. So for my community service, like I said, I helped coach a middle school basketball team. That's a lot of fun to me. That's something that I really enjoy, because like I said, I know those kids. They look up to high schoolers. They look up to high school athletes and varsity athletes, and if I can pass down my knowledge to them, then I feel like I did my part. Because, like I said, I always looked up to the older kids, and I always wanted to be like the older kids. And for them to look up to me and ask questions, that means a lot. I helped out at the Byron Youth Camp, the Byron Baseball Youth Camp, and I wrote a letter to the senator, and I've not heard a response back from Mr. Peters. My 3-word essay is Strive for Greatness. Like I said, I'm never satisfied. I always want to be great, and I always want to strive to get better. LeBron James, this is actually LeBron James's quote, because he had the same mindset. It's never being satisfied and always wanting more, and I always want more with my life. My senior project experience, it was actually pretty easy.
Wait a minute.
Just wait.
Oh.
This part right here is the tough part. That's very time consuming. It's not hard, it's just it takes a lot of your time. And you really have to manage your time. You really have to plan out what you're going to do each night, because if you don't do that, then it'll be 3 nights before and you got like 8 more things to do. All right, I saved the best part for last. This is very tough. But Dad, I just want you to know that you're my best friend, and you're always there if I need to talk to somebody. I want to be just like you as a dad. I want my kids to be able to know that they have a father that's loving, that's very determined and very hardworking. You're a very loyal guy. You stick to your word. You're always putting us first, and you really show me what it's like to work hard and like I said, never be satisfied. You always want more. The best feeling in the world to me is when you say you're proud of me. I love you and thank you. Mom, I don't know where to begin. You're the rock that holds it together. I know it's probably pretty difficult to live with 4 boys. I don't know how you do that. You work every single day from sun up to sundown, whether it's waking up and packing lunches and making sure we're ready for the morning, and going to work all day, coming home and going to sporting events and doing laundry. That stuff doesn't go unnoticed. I work very hard to impress you. That's very important to me. And I'll never forget all the long texts you sent me giving me advice, and even though I don't answer all the time, I just want you to know that I do really read those. And I know that I know I get annoyed with your 1,000 questions. You're constantly asking questions, but just know that I wouldn't want it any other way. That means so much to me because I know that you care. I can't thank you enough for all you do, and I know it makes Dad mad that you spoil me and wait on me hand and foot, but thank you so much, and I love you. And to both of you, I'm very thankful to have such great parents. I know that personally, and I've heard it from so many other people. They tell me that. I work really hard to make you guys happy, and like I said, to make you guys proud. And just so you know, Mom, that Dad will buy me protein and workout supplements. He always says, don't tell your mom. But Dad, Mom will take me shopping and buy me pointless shoes and clothes, and she always says, don't tell your dad, so I could blackmail both of you if I needed to. I just want you guys to know that I'm very thankful for you guys, and thank you for all that you do. Thank you. Any questions? Ms. Davis?
You said that you strive to be a role model, and you really are. A lot of kids look up to you. You have a very mature personality and stuff. What advice would you give some of these younger kids out here, not about the senior project, but just about their high school experience in general?
Just remember that you never know who's watching you. If you're competing, or the way you are in the hallways, or the way you are in public places, you never know who's watching. So always remember that, and always be smart about that, because that could hurt you in the end. Enjoy it, and really enjoy it. It really frustrates me when people say that they don't like the school, or they don't like the community. It's all in what you make of it, and get involved in everything. And it might be hard to say it now, but we'll all miss this place. Yeah.
What's your favorite team memory for any sport?
I have a lot of those. I think for each sport I can have one. I really like the team stuff, and it's not just having fun. It's the working out together. It's the long hard practices. I like that kind of stuff, and it's always something that brings everyone together. And I will really miss being part of that. Ed?
What are you going to do personally to help for your cause of getting rid of as much reliance on tech?
A lot of people will tell you that when they bring up this conversation, I go on rants and stuff. But it has to be looked at, and I try to influence as much people as I can. Like when I talk to younger kids and I talk to the teams that I help coach, is to be smart about that stuff. If you consume your life and you put your life through social media, it could hurt you in the end if you're not careful with it. So I'm really going to focus on passing that knowledge down to younger people.
Well said. Let's give him a hand.